Dr. Sujiya, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Application at Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Today's series 2 video I am going to discuss is about deadlock preventions in operating system. So what is deadlock prevention? So before going into deadlock preventions, let me go review on series 1 where what is a deadlock. So deadlock is a process where two processes is waiting for a resources which has been shared by another process. For example, resource 1 is being available with process 1 is available with resource 1 and process 2 is available with resource 2. But for process 1 has to complete its tasks, it needs resource 2 which is allocated to process 1. Process 2 has to complete its tasks only when resource which is allocated to process 1 is available to process 2. So, but both are held by both the processes. So, in case if any one get released only then the process gets completed, both the process will get completed. In such a manner, deadlock will occur. So in real time example, as we see one directional traffic where no police is being present and one directional traffic signal is being present, there is no traffic signal. In such a cases, all the roads will get blocked where no other can proceed further. Such process is a real time example of deadlock. So there should be some prevention mechanisms to overcome deadlock occurrence. So first one is the mutual exclusion. So this is a condition where all the system resources must be in such that should be in a shareable mode, and there are always some resources which are mutually exclusive by nature, and this conditions cannot be violated, and this is mutual exclusion, and this is one of the necessary conditions required for preventing deadlock. And next is hold and wait. So this is another deadlock prevention. It has three approaches: approach 1, approach 2 and approach 3. In approach 1, a process has to first request for all the resources it requires for execution. Initially, the process has to initiate what are the resources it has required for execution, and once all the resources is being allocated, it starts the process to go on. So this approach ensures the process does not hold some resources and wait for another resources, as it is already given prior before the task is being performed. And in approach 2, the process is allowed to acquire the resources it desires at the current moment. After acquiring the resources, it starts its execution. Now, before making a new request, it has to compulsorily release all the resources which is being held currently. Here, once the process has been allocated with the resources, after completion of the process, it has to release all the resources which has been allocated to it before starting a new process. So this is approach 2. In approach 3, a timer is set after the process acquires any resources. After the timer expires, the process has to compulsorily release the resources. So what is the difference between here is, in approach 1, priorly we will be requesting for the resources to complete a task, and in approach 2, before making a new request, all the resources which has been held by the previous task has to be released, and in approach 3, a timer procedures will be allocated. Once the process has not completed on the given time, the resources will be voluntarily, forcefully removed from the process, and it will be given to another process. So these are the prevention methods of 3 approaches is being suggested in hold and wait. And no preemption is a conditions where it has been a forceful preemption, and this process holds some resources and requests other resources that cannot be immediately allocated to it. So if this is forceful preemption, that currently held resources has been voluntarily removed, and these conditions cannot be violated. Circular wait. So these conditions can be violated by not allowing the process to wait for resources in circular manner, and this condition cannot be violated. So here a natural number is assigned to each resources. Each process is allowed to request for the resources either in increasing or decreasing order. Here what is the thing is, every of the resources will be sequentially assigned with a natural number, example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be sequentially executing either in decreasing or the increasing order based on the resource number. And in case increasing order is followed, if the process requires a less number of resources, then it must release all the resources having large numbers and vice versa. And this approach is most practical approach and it is implementable. However, this approach may cause starvation but will never lead to deadlock. So this is starvation is one of the limitation in this circular weight process to prevent the deadlock.